Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
How are you doing over there?
Bells and belts. What's going on, baby? We are back with you on a Wednesday to talk with you about our top 10 favorite WCW World Champions. I got my tag team partners here, Mr. Bromer Simpson, aka Josephus Brody, aka Joey Gray. I got all ears down there. Even though we don't see his ears, we got Man Up down there, and we are grateful to have my little brother Byron D joining us. But if you tuned in during WrestleMania weekend, he was with us both days. He decided to come on back and share some of his love for WCW. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, bells and belts. We are back in the building. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh man.
I got all this weight on my shoulder right now. But what I'm gonna do this right here before I forget, because I've been slacking the last couple of weeks, and none of y'all have called me out on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that out of the way before I do anything else, because I have literally been slacking doing that. But we're talking our favorite WCW World Tag Team. No, WCW World Champions, and I know
See, he messing up
alone. It's been a long day. Leave me alone. But Joey, when we talking WCW World Champions, we talking about something else as well, aren't we?
No. What do you mean? All right. No. So we had a discussion about this beforehand. If you don't agree, go ahead and let us know in the comments. But we're talking about what we consider. What up, Ben?
Ben,
but,
my main man.
We're talking about, if you look back at the history, after Ric Flair defeated Sting to win back the World Heavyweight Championship for his 7th time, it was during that reign that he was considered the first WCW World Heavyweight Champion, in addition to also at the time being recognized as the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And as most of us know, and we'll get into in next week's broadcast, it would split apart at that point, and especially once Flair left for the World Wrestling Federation. Now, something a lot of people that's very controversial that a lot of people don't necessarily talk about is when Ric Flair was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion after coming back to WCW and was set to defend against Ravishing Rick Rude. The NWA withdrew the NWA and WCW came to some kind of disagreement, split apart. Again, we're going to get into that next week, and created a championship known as the World Heavyweight Championship as recognized by WCW International, with Flair being recognized as the first champion of that lineage too, which was then later unified back in and become one WCW World Heavyweight Championship. So we are including that lineage.
Aha. So just when you thought you guys knew it all, hey, we threw a curveball at you tonight. So we're gonna be covering that time frame. That time frame as well. We're going from 1991 up until 2001. We are not including the WCW lineage that went over to WWE. So that's where it is. So if you have to adjust your top 10s, please do so at this time. But in the meantime, in between time, we're going to go ahead and get started with our guest of honor who's starting with this number 10. Go ahead and kick us off, sir.
Number 10 comes from the very last WCW champion in the name of Booker T, the former 5-time WCW champion. But I like to point out something here. 4 of those 5 times came from an absolute trash, abysmal area of WCW, pretty much starting around 2000 to 2001 era and everything. That's when they had that ugly ass logo that I freaking detest.
Wait, let me catch up first, sir. let me get there, sir.
He's going in.
But let
me get this first.
This guy, he was the last WCW champion. He was the United States champion. right when on the last show of Nitro, and ended up being the at that time he was 4-time champion. But again, back to what I was talking about, it happened during an absolute abysmal time. His first reign was during this area right after get that it's the worst, ugliest logo I've ever seen from the wrestling industry. What kind of crap? You can't even see. I can't even read WCW looking at that big ass C in the middle of that. Come on now, that makes no sense, man. I swear, that's the time when I started watching WCW.
Hey, Byron, just not to interrupt, but how do you really feel?
It's my reflection of his last title reign, pretty much of that booking here. No fault of Booker T, but when it started with the whole Jeff Jarrett not laying down for Hogan and everything, and eventually Booker T's first reign and everything, I would, give him more than that and everything. But because of the piss poor booking, that's my number 10, Booker T.
Okay. Okay. Let's go to the man up next.
My number 10, I gotta give this guy a little bit of credit. I know he only held it for one day because he vacated it and left to go to WWF, and that's Chris Benoit.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
I'm a huge Chris Benoit fan. We ain't gonna talk about all the crazy nonsense, but I'm a huge fan of this guy. Love him or hate him, that's your choice, but I gotta give him some props. Yes, it was just one reign. Yes, it was just one day, and that's only because he vacated it and left. But that's my number 10.
Okay. Bromer Simpson?
All right. You see, the numbers don't lie. I got to give it my number 10. Big Bad, Booty Daddy, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
Oh, dear God, sir.
He hasn't said nothing else. He hasn't said nothing else. The numbers don't lie.
You see, if Scott Steiner's not on your list, then you must be 100% fat ass. Fat asses. During that era of WCW, Scott Steiner's run as champion was one of the high points to me.
Oh my God.
Like to me, when you talk about all the Vince Russo shitty attitude era booking where the title was getting dropped out of boxes and changed hands, when Scott got it for the 4 or 5 months he was champion, I felt like he was pretty dominant. Matter of fact, I think his title reign came too late. Like, I feel like they should have done it a couple of years earlier. But that's just me, but I got to give Big Papa Pump his credit. I loved him.
Of course. You actually shocked me with that one, Joey. Because you are a huge Scott Steiner fan. Okay, so you shocked me with that one. But my number 10 is, since we're covering WCW International World Champions, is Ravishing Rick Rude. I'm gonna hold my comments because I know we will see him again in our list soon. So I'm
soon later on. Yeah.
Yeah, but so I'm gonna hold my comments to that point. Brown Tiger has his number 10 in there, and make sure y'all put your numbers up in the put y'all lists up in here as well, so we can recognize them. He got big sexy Kevin Nash at his number 10. So, but we gonna definitely get there. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And Byron, we're gonna go ahead, go to you with your number 9.
Number 9 comes from former NFL player who ended up becoming world champion, the first African American WCW champion, Mr. Ron Simmons.
Okay.
Yes. All American.
Yes. I like the fact that, when Sting got injured and everything, he was the one to step up to the plate and everything and take out a huge name in Big Van Vader and everything. And they decided to give him a chance to put a belt on him and everything. That was a really, really feel good moment, during that time. Okay. So for personal reasons, obviously, African American and everything, he was very pivotal, in wrestling history. So my number 9 is Ron Simmons.
We're gonna see him again. I know we will.
No, definitely.
That's a spoiler for everybody. That's a spoiler for everybody. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, my number 9, you got to go to 3 letters. Who is it? It's me. It's DDP.
I love throw up the sign because he can get sued for that.
Huh?
That's Jay-Z.
I'm just saying.
Okay. But yeah, I love Diamond Dallas Page, man. he was one of those guys that was fun to watch, And he got started wrestling like I want to say in his early 30s.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He was a valet. He was a valet for a while too, but
he got started wrestling. I guess you could say
he was over
later
40 when he became the champion, world champion.
Yeah, which is kind of shocking because you hear people start wrestling, when they was in their teens and stuff like that. But yeah, he only held it 3 times, but I got to give him some props, man, because he was very entertaining.
Okay, Bromer.
Oh yeah. All right, my number 9 is the Macho Man Randy Savage. I got to give the Macho Man his props. In an era where Hulk Hogan was there shitting the bed, the Macho Man was a bright light in that. And I enjoy. The fact that he was 4-time champion and never held it for like a whole month. It felt like, over time. But I enjoyed his matches with Ric Flair during that time period too, during his first couple reigns. I thought they, Flair and Savage, especially in WCW, I think they had better matches than the ones they had in the WWF. But they were always good together. That was 2 guys that could make it happen in the ring.
Yeah. That's nice.
Nice. Give me a second. I had to bring up my number 9. The reason I have him at number 9 and not higher because his acquisition sparked the Monday Night Wars, which is definitely a highlight in the wrestling world, creating the Monday Night Wars. It made WCW made them viable in that aspect. So that's why I have him on his list. I got both pictures in there from when he just won the title and the NWO, which was of course hot during that time. So that's why I got him at my number 9. Brown Tiger got his number 9 up there, man. Up. I see he says it's controversial. But Lex Luger, I don't think it's controversial at all.
Lex Luger controversial.
Yeah.
No man.
We'll get into that later, but Luger.
I don't think it's controversial, but Ron Tiger, if you would tell us why you say that, but I
want to know why too.
All right, Byron, back to you with at number 8.
It happened to be Lex Luger.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yeah, I kid you not. Number 8 was Lex Luger.
Okay. I'll go ahead and piggyback. That's my number 8 as well.
Yeah, and the thing about Lex Luger and everything, he was hot as United States champion going into them and everything. Now the narrative originally was he was supposed to face Ric Flair, and then at the time Ric Flair ended up leaving to go into WWF and everything. So you need a number 2 contender. You had Barry Windham, so his former tag team partner, somebody who had a lot of history with. So at that time, he became world champion, but also ended up becoming heel in the process. Now, reason why I don't have him higher is because he had contract negotiation issues towards the end of '91. So he was kind of like champion for a long period of time, but didn't really defend it as much and everything. And so he dropped to the Sting in Super Raw. But I like the partnership though. I like that they put Harley with them. I like that a lot. I love that. I absolutely love that. That whole pile driver in the end, man. Look here, come on now, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
He did have great matches during that first run with Rick Steiner. He had matches with Ron Simmons. He had and then the big match at Super Bowl with Sting, where Sting won the title back.
Yeah. So, but I give credit for that era when Flair left, and then they eventually had to establish themselves again under the WCW Championship. I definitely get that to Luger.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Good stuff. Yeah, I got him at number 8 as well. So. Go to Bromer Simpson.
All right, my number 8 is Diamond Dallas Page.
Okay.
Still, and I'm not knocking Randy Orton, still the best version of that move. Sorry. DDP still, the Diamond Cutter was still the best.
Before Randy Orton did out of nowhere, that was DDP. That was all DDP.
That was his
DDP, man. He was hot, and I give a lot of credit to the Macho Man on that. That feud with the Macho Man got DDP ready for that spot, and it showed. DDP was red hot, and when he finally won the World Championship, it was a big deal. So he's definitely got to be on my list. He's one again. The Nitro era was not my favorite era of WCW, and DDP was awesome though.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
Man up.
My number 8 is what time is it? It's Vader time. Oh man, I think Vader was one of the greatest champions in WCW history because of the things that he has done for others, putting them over willingly too. And man, I'm loving that picture, man. I'm just loving that picture. But yeah, and I'm glad to see him go into the Hall of Fame. What, last year? Yeah, last year. I think it was.
It was still too late though.
Yeah.
You gotta wait until people pass away to put him in.
Yeah. But you know, you got to give this man his credit for the things that he's done. He stood up for the business. He loved the business. We all know what I'm talking about when him and Undertaker was on that talk show and stuff like that. You know, but this man here was an awesome competitor, awesome wrestler, and going back to what Byron was talking about, that was a great match with him and Ron Simmons. So I gotta give him some props on that.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Vader again. I guarantee it. We're gonna see Vader again. Brown Tiger had Hogan at his number 8. If you're watching, go ahead and drop in the comments on what your top 10 is. Good evening, Jason. We see you out there, boss. We see you out there.
Wow.
Okay. All right, Byron. We're back to you with number 7.
It's gonna shock a lot of y'all every day, but my number 7 happens to be the Giant. And the Giant, I feel like he was kind of like a catalyst of change for Hogan. Reason why I say that, because it was the Giant who took the title off of his historic run right there. And look at Paul White during this time. He was very muscular. He could do a drop kick, man. He was freaking crazy at 455 pounds, 7'1", man. Look here, man. To me, I feel like that was peak Paul White during his Giant era and everything. And then he had the match with Flair. He ended up becoming a world championship, and that was his longest reign, like 120 rings, until he dropped the title to Hogan, who became Hollywood Hogan at Hog Wild, I believe 96, if I remember right. I believe it was Hog Wild 96. But anyway, Paul White and everything, he was the one to help carry the title during the transition phase of Hulk Hogan. So I feel like he was really solid, and I appreciate his time, as champion.
All right.
Yes. Gotta give him props for that one.
Okay. Back to Man Up.
My number 7, that's gonna be the Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Man,
what do you mean Double J? There was no Double J in WCW.
Well, still,
it's the chosen one, you jackass.
He's still Double J, that's Jeff Jarrett.
Slap nuts.
Slap nuts.
Chosen one.
I gotta give Jeff Jarrett some props too, because when it comes to the WCW championship, that's one person you really don't hear too much about. And he's a 4-time champion. I know for his total, he didn't hold it that long, but he was a 4-time champion. So you got to give this man his props for some of the stuff he's done. With that championship.
Okay, all right, Joey.
Oh yeah. What are we on? Number 7. All right, my number 7 is
the number
WCW champion.
The number after 6.
Wait,
before 8.
All right, yeah, Booker T is mine. Definitely, long time coming. Again, why did it take him so long to put Booker in that spot? Beyond me, but yeah, poor Booker had to wrestle people like Kevin Nash and shit like that when he was champion. That made it suck a little bit. Because Booker, for the great athlete, and you're talking about, he was in his prime then. He was in his 30s then, and he was great. But damn, like some of the people he had to work with and try to get shit to work with was awful. Because really, people don't know that, but when Jeff dropped the title to him, that was kind of it for Jeff in the world title picture, and Booker ended up working with like Kevin Nash a lot and stuff, and I think he had a match with Goldberg and stuff like that. But yeah, Booker T, one of those guys they shouldn't have waited so dang long to pull the trigger on, because he could have been hot during the hotter part of Nitro as a world champion.
Exactly. I had him at number 7 as well. Apparently, Jason agreed with us as well. So
yeah,
Booker T, a lucky number 7 for a lot of us this evening.
Just one of my favorite WCW wrestlers there ever was, anyway. Period.
Exactly. Brown Tiger had DDP at number 7. So okay, we're moving right along with it. We're making pretty good time. We're at the halfway point. Number 6, Byron.
My number 6 would be Ravishing Rick Rude.
Okay.
Yeah.
During the period of the WCW International era, I was talking to the fellas earlier before we went live and everything about how great of a heel he was during that time and everything. Where Ric Flair actually was the baby face, and they needed somebody to pass it on to and everything. And he put on an excellent 30-minute match here at Fall Brawl '93, man. And then his whole title runs during the WCW International, he's actually held the record for the longest reigns at over like 200 plus days.
Yeah.
So really held that era pretty well. So that's my number 6.
Okay.
Nice.
Man up.
My number 6 is going to be Lex Luger as well.
Okay.
Pretty much for everything he said, he's a 2-time champion, and a lot of people don't understand with that. Well, I know this is going to be for next week's show. Spoiler, that's what's going on next week. But that WCW International Championship was oh man, yeah. But yeah, I gotta say Lex Luger, man. That's my number 6. And
Okay.
Lex Luger to me was one of the greatest to ever hold it. And if I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head, I know I'm wrong, but I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
Well, if you know you're wrong, I mean,
I'm so confused.
Well, no, I'm trying to remember this. That's why I'm trying to figure this out. Is he the first one to ever hold that particular 91-94 championship?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, I thought so. All right, that's what I was trying to remember.
And that ugly ass plate on there around there
And on the Florida heavyweight title or whatever.
Yeah, but eventually they refined it to the belts that y'all all holding right now in your possession. So yes, he was the one.
Okay.
Are you talking about this one?
Yes. All right, fellas. Let's just show him the belt. Come on now. I absolutely love that belt. Okay, I really love it.
I mean, yes, I'm cool. I mean, duh.
I can show you mine if you want.
I mean,
that bitch alone got mine.
Yeah, come on now. Come on, Brofus.
I mean, I got.
There we go.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I got this here part from Joey. The custom blue backing. I got that from Joey.
Okay.
There you go.
I mean, this is what we do at Bells and Belts. I'm just saying. All right. Number 6.
Hold on, I gotta give.
Yeah. You, Joey, number 6.
My number 6 is also Lex Luger, and I'll talk about something we haven't talked about yet. When he won his second World Heavyweight Championship from Hollywood Hogan on Monday Nitro, that was red hot. That crowd went bananas because he made Hogan tap out in the torture rack. He racked Hulk Hogan's big ass and so I got that. I mean, we talked about his first reign, but what about? I mean, the second reign was super short, but that moment on Monday Nitro was one of the biggest. That crowd went bananas.
Probably one of the biggest.
They didn't think Hogan was getting beat that night.
No.
Yeah, and my number 6 is the other title loss that Hogan had in the Georgia Dome to Goldberg. So Goldberg is my number 6. The tea leaves was like there. It was like you knew this was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen, but they literally gave they did a pay-per-view match on freaking Nitro for free. So you kind of got to question that part, but it got the desired effect with the huge title change on Nitro. Again, only to squander it less than 6 months later at Starrcade.
Yeah.
So, nice.
Yeah.
Talk about over like a fart in church.
That was a reoccurring thing with WCW back then. Very reoccurring.
Yeah. Brown Tiger got Chris Benoit at 6. Jason has Ron Simmons at 6. Awesome. All right, we're on the other side of the hump. We're doing good on time. Number 5, Byron.
My number 5. One of the greatest big men to ever grace this industry. I got Big Van Vader.
Yeah.
Big Van Vader. I'm telling you, that period.
What's the man?
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Y'all need to go back and watch his wrestling matches between him and Flair and him and Sting and everything. Man, those
Him and Cactus Jack.
Him and Cactus Jack, man. His title reign.
Cactus Jack's ass so bad, Cactus was on the street, didn't know who the hell he was. Remember that?
Yeah.
He's also my number 5. I'm just going to go ahead and spoil it.
Good. Awesome. Keep the party going.
But that
go right here too. Here go right here too.
See, look
go
at
ahead.
that. Big Van Vader, man. See, I'm telling you, his title reigns during that time, and even just his whole run and everything, man. We got to see a first. Remember that moonsault that he did?
Yeah.
Oh man, I lost my stuff with that, man. Oh man, he definitely revolutionized big man during that time. So that's my number 5, Big Van Vader.
Awesome. But yeah, we're gonna see Vader again.
We already know it. We're
gonna see Vader again. So we got Joey, we got Matt, Byron already knocked out on with Vader at number 5. Man up at number 5. Who you got?
The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
Okay.
Bret Hart.
Okay.
Man, you can't go wrong with this guy. But I did hate it when he joined NWO. But anyway, you can't go wrong with this guy here, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just not a huge fan of that group, but it is what it is. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But I gotta give Bret Hart his props. I hate that his career was, I don't say cut short, but abruptly stopped. You know,
Yeah, by somebody that was already on somebody's list.
Dang it.
But I gotta give Bret Hart some love too, because like I said, when it comes to WCW champions, here's another one that don't get brought up that often. So I got to give him some love as well, man. I love Bret Hart. I really do.
Oh, that's so cute, man. Man, I've got a man crush. That's so cute.
Silver and Black NWO was the drizzling shits, though.
Yeah, I hate NWO. I really do. I do not like that group. Just for some reason, it just make my skin crawl.
Hey, all right. So I'm putting you on the spot, man. Up the Bloodline or NWO. Which one you hate more?
Really?
I mean,
it's a tie.
We'll revisit that another time, man. We'll just go ahead and think about it. My number 5 is Ron Simmons. Like I think Byron said it. That was a feel good moment. Get that win on freaking Vader and having that title reign. So yeah, that touched me. That was one of my favorite moments, WCW moments of all time was that. So definitely got to show that the proper respect. And I got Ron Simmons at number 5. And in the comments at number 5, who we got out there?
Big Van Vader from Jason.
Okay.
Booker T for Brown Tiger.
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff.
That's it right now. Oh, this one here is for Joey. This one's for Joey.
We said WCW World Champions, not WWF version of the WCW World Champions.
Caleb must have got in here late when we said that. But
no worries. WCW. I don't remember him being there. Just gonna say that.
Scott Steiner. Yeah.
Remind me of what episode of Nitro he was on.
The one that came on the other day from 2 weeks ago. You gotta go back a month or two.
Something like that. Oh my God. We're at number 4, Byron.
Come on, Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, that guy.
That
guy. His name is that's the statement of his entire fucking career.
Goldberg. Okay.
Goldberg.
But the fact that he first of all he had a streak on top of it. He was United States champion, ended up becoming world heavyweight champion, and had a reign for 174 days. And I forgot how long his streak was and everything. On to losing the fashion he did. But still, the fact that he really didn't need the title to really make to make an impact because he was already red hot. Nitro. He won it on a Nitro.
Yeah.
But the fact that they got behind him as the face of of that time and everything, and a rookie and everything, it just shows, a lot of, good stuff about him and everything, a lot of positive aspects of that and everything. So I'm for Goldberg. I'm sorry. I love him.
Hey, it's your favorite, sir. Already
He
told you
just
that
never
already.
learned how to work, and that's why Bret Hart had a freaking fell off his bicycle and had a stroke.
Yeah, that's it now. But
Jeez. Man up 4.
Man, I'm sorry. Woo, I'm sorry when he said that. Woo. All right, now my number 4 is got to bring him back up, and that's Mr. Ron Simmons. You know,
Okay.
we all know the history of Ron Simmons. I love this guy too. I
And
love
the tomahawk chop. If you remember them old WCW days, you don't know nothing about that, do you?
I loved it when he was always in the what the commentators say. Ron Simmons, this is a man who embodies power when he was clotheslining people in the turnbuckles and stuff. And then also, you know, all that crap, you know. Hey, you gotta give this man his props, man. I hate that it took him so long to become a champion, but you know, at least he did it. And that always, to me, is gonna be huge on my list for Ron Simmons. Because I'm a huge Ron Simmons fan as well. I got a Ron Simmons collection right here on my wall that's growing right now.
Nice. Good stuff.
I'll let y'all see that some other time. Spoiler
Sure.
alert.
Outstanding.
He's my number 4 as well. Let's go ahead and say it.
oh,
I mean, I got to give it that was a big moment, man. And I've shared it a lot of times in groups and stuff like that, just because and if you remember, the angle was earlier in the night, right? When Sting was out there getting involved, and then Jake Roberts attacked him and left him laying out there, and then they had to scramble. And I remember that they had to draw names or whatever for who was going to wrestle Vader that night. So that one I got to give Cowboy Bill Watts his props on, because that was a great angle. Nobody knew what the hell was going on in that building that night. And certainly that's one of those shocking moments when you saw Ron Simmons come out there, you're like, oh shit, Vader's gonna fucking kill Ron Simmons. And he did.
But here's the funny thing, a lot of
people
people
put the heat on him now. He put a beating on Ron, but made it all the more better when Ron did hit him with the power slam and pin him.
But see, a lot of people don't know this too. This out of Ron Simmons' mouth himself when he was on Stone Cold's Broken Skull. He did not know it until the referee. I forgot what he said, but the referee had said something to Vader. That's when he realized at the last minute that he was going to become champion. He did not know it.
He missed wrestling like that too, because remember, all the baby faces hit the ring and like celebrated with him. They don't do that. Where is that?
Mm-hmm. Little things that they don't do anymore. But they kind of also kind of built up to that as well. If you remember, I want to say it was at one of the Clash of Champions. Harley Race came out to talk to Ron Simmons. I want you to be an errand boy to the champion Sting. Like you go to be a good errand boy. And my name ain't Gopher. So you want to give us a message to Sting? You do it yourself. Then Harley Race, 7 times I was world heavyweight champion, and I had a kid like you carrying my bags. They popped the hell out of you.
You couldn't do that in 2023, not a bit. But
you can't do that in 2023. You cannot do it. But I just didn't know what y'all. That was heat. Yeah, that was 22 years ago. Yeah. But if you go back and watch that, Huh?
If you hear Ron talk about it, he dealt with a lot of racism in WCW, but he put over Harley as not being an actual racist.
Yeah.
he was talking about it. He was like, no, Harley just wanted to get heat. Like get the heat on it.
Exactly.
I'm
at my number 4, and I might get some heat for this one. I got Sting at my number 4. A lot of folks may have him a little bit higher, but once you see my top 3, you guys may understand why. So I will delay my comments to that time, because I'm sure we can have a nice discussion about Sting. Moving on to what everybody else has for their number 4, we got Brown Tiger. He has Macho Man. That's a smart man right there. Okay, I appreciate that so much.
Oh man,
I appreciate that. Moving on to number 3. All right.
Put Sting back up on there. That's my number 3.
Okay, great, awesome.
So yeah, let's talk about.
I love the segues. I love it.
So yeah, Sting pretty much was like the face of WCW but the beautiful thing about Sting was that Sting as a face probably had the most longevity of WCW. So we talk about different eras. We talk about during Flair time when it was NWA Championship. We talk about Vader time from like 92. We go all the way up until 97 Starrcade where he beat Hogan when he was silent. He was missing for about a whole year and everything. Fought huge build up for that, even though the payoffs kind of sucked. And then you talk about 99 when Hogan went from heel to face and then ended up winning the title off of that and everything. So Sting has had numerous memorable moments of the WCW championship and everything. And the fact that he's still wrestling to this day just showed that he stands the test of time though. So I got him from number 3.
Right.
Nice. I love it.
Here you go. Here you go right here. Here you go.
Awesome. Anybody else got Sting at number 3?
No, I don't.
Okay. So I'm sure Sting will make another appearance. Man up number 3.
My number 3 is the Nature Boy. Woo! I gotta get it. I gotta go ahead and shout out my boy Brown Tiger because that's his hometown, and he's a big Ric Flair fan.
Minnesota. Huh? I thought Flair was really from Minnesota.
Well, I know, but yeah, number 3. He says it as well too. No,
nice, good job.
But
I don't even know how to spell his name.
It's not with a K. It's not with a K, Brown Tiger. It don't have a K in it. But yeah, you already know when everybody see the big goal, the first thing popping people's head is this man right here. That is just synonymous. Because when I remember when I got mine made, my maker said, what name you want on there? Ric Flair? I said, no. Because come on now. This is Ric Flair. He's the legend, he's the man. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna be on somebody else's list. I ain't gonna take up too much time on this one.
Appreciate that, Joey.
Oh, my number 3 is actually Ric Flair.
God damn it! You could have gave me a segue like okay, mine too, something.
No, it's also Ric Flair. He's technically the first WCW World Heavyweight Champion, and one of the very last in his street clothes. I remember wearing a Hawaiian shirt and khakis and won the title again. I was like, okay. But yeah, Ric Flair, man, the matches he had. There you go. That's where he beat Sting to unify the 2 WCW World titles again into one.
Darn, you beat me to it, Joey. Oh, I hate you.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. That was epic. That was epic. What was not epic was losing it to Hogan on Hogan's first night in WCW. That was
okay.
Shits.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No worries. My number 3 is the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Everybody knows Macho Man is my favorite. But the reason I got him as this is probably the highest I could probably have him, being the fact that I don't make him synonymous with WCW. So with that being said, as much as he's my favorite of all time, he's not my favorite WCW champion. Those are reserved for my final 2. So, with that being said, we got Brown Tigers at number 3. Byron, who you have at number 2?
I'm gonna rough a lot of y'all feathers with this one though, but my number 2 is happening to be Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
There's numerous reasons behind Hogan being number 2 for me and everything, but one being that the World Heavyweight Championship, in particularly, he revitalized his career with that title, believe it or not, because as Hulkamania was going very stale, 460 days, longest reigning champion, everything, dropped it to the Giant, everything, and then turn around, coming back, forming a new world order with Hall and Nash and everything, winning that title, and then not only winning it, he's going to rechristen it as the NWO Heavyweight Championship, spray paint and everything. It just gives a whole new level of heat and everything. It also helped revitalize what was a stale career for him and everything. And to me, it really brought new change to him and everything. To me, so the title really just brought more character, more depth of him and everything, and saying he's not just a good guy, but he could also be an amazing, despicable heel and everything, and reestablished his character. It gave new different layers to his character, and it kind of helped save his career. So that's for my personal reason, I have him as number 2.
Okay. Good synopsis on that, sir. We appreciate that. Man up. Who you got at 2?
Well, I got the icon. I had to think about the first. I had a brain freeze. Got the icon Sting as my number 2. Whew, okay. Now I want to piggyback off of Joey a little bit. This guy here did have some great matches with damn, I got a brain freeze again. God damn, Ric Flair. There we go. Ric Flair, and I gotta agree with you, Joey. I hate that the fact that Hogan come in and win it on his first day there. I don't know, whatever. I don't make the rules. But anyway, to me, this guy here was the legend of WCW behind Ric Flair. I guess you can go hand in hand with them two, maybe one up in front of the other, depending on how you want to look at it. But when you think about WCW,
I might agree with that. I agree. I call him a friend. I'll say he's even a franchise in a sense.
Yeah, because Ric Flair,
he's the only one that never left.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
He was there.
Yeah, but
from beginning of WCW to the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got to give him. You got to give him props.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got to give Sting his props, man. That man was the icon. He was the legend. Exactly. And I'm sorry. I think my personal opinion, the best version of Sting was when he was the Crow or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that was my best version of him.
I like it.
Okay.
We go number 2 right here.
Okay.
And this one.
Can you put that last part back up on there? Yes. I love that comment Jason Davis just said and everything. I'm telling you, it's Monday Night Wars. I'm not going to talk too deep into that and everything, but yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you're making an argument for like impact, then I get it, but we are talking our favorites. And to me, Hulk Hogan was the most selfish asshole in the history of wrestling. And,
tell me how you really feel, bro.
And a pathological liar. It's in his book. How are you going to write in your own book you wrestled over 400 days in a year?
I mean, he had to double up some days. I ain't seen a
calendar year yet with 400 damn days in it.
Oh, my gosh.
I told you
multiple days, brother.
He had to double up a few. That's the only way. But okay.
How did he make extra days? Did he reverse the Earth axis?
Multiple matches in days. Had a matinee and then go headline another show in the evening.
No. He didn't say 400 matches. He said over 400 days.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the only way possible, though.
Yeah, that's the only way. Well,
there's no way possible to have over 400 days in a year.
Hey, Hulkamania can create days, sir. You gotta believe it. You gotta believe, brother. You gotta believe. If you eat your vitamins, say your prayers, and all that good stuff, you can believe that you can create days.
And get you some diamond encrusted knee pads.
Hey,
anyway.
Hey, say it so. Say it so.
Oh, man.
Say it so.
I'm trying to get Joey riled up. That's all.
Oh dear gosh.
Oh,
my shittiest finisher in the history of wrestling.
Dude, we talked about that before, Joey. We talked about that before. I think that's why he was so overrated, because of a damn leg drop. What the hell? How is that a finisher? But whatever. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Hey, I'm a believer, sir.
Wow.
You gotta believe, brother.
Yeah, I mean, how you going? Yeah, I'm gonna just leave that alone. But go ahead, Cedric.
Hold on. Did Joey give his number 2?
Yeah, he did.
No. But go ahead.
Okay. I'll come back to you. This is my number 2 right here. Vader time. Champion of the world. Who wants Vader? Man, The Vader Harley Race package was I loved it. I love the freaking presentation. I love how he was a badass big man who did some freaking amazing stuff, and you freaking believed it. That he hit hard, and he had freaking Harley Race. I mean, you can't go wrong with having Harley.
Flair, you gotta hit that big baby in the mouth. You've gotta punch him like you mean it and teach him a lesson.
What Harley told Ric Flair in that damn Starcade match.
Oh, I might have to go back and watch that match just because, man. Because Flair went through the ringer in that match.
Vader went the brakes off him in that match.
Yeah, I think I've been watching some of those matches too myself when we get out.
And don't forget the White Castle of Fear.
The White Castle of Fear.
I forgot about that.
Castle of Fear.
Oh, man.
Still better than the Dungeon of Doom. The shark and the Zodiac and all that shit.
Oh dear gosh. No, they came up with everybody and their mama with that one, didn't they? They brought back the everybody from freaking that past with that one. Jesus Christ.
Hogan worked with in WWF. They're just like,
literally
give them all jobs over here, no matter how bad they suck. Brutus Beefcake.
Oh my God.
Booty Man.
Oh dear God.
Mature the Zodiac. They couldn't come up with a damn name for him.
Oh,
the man who has no name. They even came up with that. Jesus
he should have a name nameless.
Literally. Joey, number 2.
And talentless. All right.
Joey's number 2.
Anyway.
Joey, number 2.
All right. Okay. My number 2 is Ravishing Rick Rude.
Whoa. Ooh. Sir, you shocked me, sir. You shocked me, sir.
Too. He shocked me too.
Now, you thought he was going to be number 1?
Yep.
I thought he was number 1.
I thought so too.
Yeah. Ravishing Rick Rude, man. What can I say? If you only know him from WWF or even World Class or anything like that, if you did not see his run between 91 and 94 in WCW, you don't know shit about Ravishing Rick Rude. Rick Rude was freaking amazing in WCW during this whole run, including that long reign as United States Heavyweight Champion. And leading into this, that, like you said earlier, that match with Ric Flair with Fifi involved in it was great. And then Flair put in I love Jesse Ventura on commentary too, because Ventura always put Rude over on commentary.
Of course.
He's the winner of the Jesse the Body Award.
I love it.
Don't tell me Ravishing Rick Rude can't be world champion, you son of a bitch.
But Rick Rude going in his tights, pulling out the brass knuckles, busting Flair. And then I remember on the commentary, Tony Schiavone was like knocking him, and it's like, he did it to Ric Flair. Ric Flair had it coming. Like, Ric Flair deserved to get hit with some brass knuckles. Like,
jeez.
He screwed more people out of matches than anybody. So Rick Rude winning there was a huge moment, definitely. And then having great matches. The beautiful thing about this championship at the time, and what pisses me off when people don't give it credit as a world heavyweight title, is that the champion at this time holding this title was defending both in WCW and New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is where Rick Rude ended up swapping it with Hiroshi Hase one time where he became champion. And then having the matches with Sting in Japan that ultimately led to Rick Rude's back injury during Rick Rude winning his third world championship there. But the matches were amazing. And there you go. People don't even know about him winning that championship. But
this is a hard picture to find, by the way.
The WCW, the holder of this belt wasn't making trips to New Japan. The big gold was going over there and stuff like that. So it was truly a world championship that was being defended, in America and Japan at the time. And Rude just, the match, he had great matches with Sting during that time, and we were set to get a Rude title defense against Vader before Rude announced that he had to retire pretty much, and they had the match with Sting. But yeah, lots of great matches over that championship that doesn't get enough credit. And I hear a lot of people, downplay it and not consider Roode a former world heavyweight champion. And I'm like, why? Like, he even had a good match with Road Warrior Hawk. I remember for it, and
wow.
they had a good title match. That was at Starrcade, I believe. Had some matches
Okay.
with the Big Boss Man after he came there. He had matches with Davey Boy Smith. Some good matches.
Good stuff, man.
Yes.
Well, I'm just shocked that he wasn't number one. I think a lot of us have a certain somebody at number one. Brown Tiger said at number two. He man up. You said you stole it from him. You must have stole Brown Tiger's list because man up can't come up with an original thought of his own. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean,
see, the thing is, you gotta do the Steiner math. See, when he thinks what I think, and he's not knowing that I think that I know when I told, but he didn't listen. But
that's not math at all.
I was just trying to come up with something.
You know what, man up. Go in the corner. Go in the corner. Go in the corner. Go in the corner. We'll come back to you in a minute. All right, Byron.
Normally, when you come on a top 10 and you got 4 people on it, you got a 25% chance of getting your answer right. When you're in here with Cedric and Bromer and Byron D, your chances drastically go down.
But see, since I'm the two-time WCW champion,
if you take his 25% chance and you add and you divide that into thirds, where that's 8 and 33. I got a 33 and a third chance of getting it right. But if you take all of our 75% and you subtract that, he's got a negative 50% chance of getting his answer right.
Joey, I hate you right now. I so do.
They spelled disaster for you here on the Bells of Belts podcast.
Oh dear guys, I hate you, Joyce.
Here you go, right here, Joey. This is just for you, Joey.
Hashtag it. You better share this damn podcast and hashtag that.
Nice.
Share it in all your damn groups, even ones with your family, and they'll be confused.
Oh dear gosh.
Oh my goodness! I'm sorry. That was
gosh.
too funny. That was too funny.
That's gonna be a short tomorrow.
Then I get that in under a minute. Shit.
Probably.
I think we got it. Oh gosh.
Oh man.
We have come to number one, Byron. Where are you at, sir? After all of the mathematical equations.
I got me sweating over here laughing.
It's very fitting that number one happens to be the first WCW champion and the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Yes. Okay.
And I feel it's the only one that he's the one that's synonymous with the big gold belt. He's the my most vivid memories of him with that title is when he went to WWF and brought that title with him in the beat, and they decided to censor and pixelate the hell out of it and everything, bring it on there. I don't know if y'all remember that and everything, but I sure as hell remember my childhood. Yeah. And it was just like the fact that he was ballsy enough to bring that title over there saying this is his belt and everything. It goes to show you that belt is synonymous with him and everything. I'm going to always compare it to him. It's come on now. That's it. He's the man. And we already talked about his career and everything. I'm not going to reiterate too much on everything, but he was, the former 16-time world champion and everything. His majority of his title reigns came with that the WCW championship. So boom, I don't need to say any more.
He's my number one as well. He's my number one as well. For all those reasons and more. It's Ric Flair, for goodness sake. He's synonymous with the big gold belt. Joey stole my thunder. This pick right here is when he unified the WCW and WCW International World Title. So yes, Ric Flair. None else than me said. Anybody else? Ric Flair going once, twice.
Already had Ric Flair.
Okay, good deal.
It's not my number one. I already said it. So.
Good deal. Man up, number one.
Who's your number one?
All right, my number one. I'm going to be a little biased, and I'm pretty sure y'all know who I'm talking about when I said that. That's my hometown guy, and I'm talking about five-time Booker T.
Okay.
I gotta give Booker T his props because I gotta go with Joey what he said earlier, man. This guy was in his prime, and it took them so long to give him the championship because you already know it was going to happen. It was going to happen once what's his brother Stevie Ray decided to hang it up or slow it down, whatever. And yeah, come on now. This man here is also synonymous with WCW. I think if they wouldn't have closed their doors, he'll still be there as well too. You know what I'm saying? But things happen, whatever. Whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But I gotta give Booker T his props, man, because like I said, man, people don't give him his props with this. They just remember him for the spinning Rooney and also talking about he's the 5-time WCW champion. But other than that, man, Booker T is the man for me.
And Joey.
All right. I think you're going to be pleasantly shocked with this. My number one is one of my favorite actors. He's been in lots of funny movies.
Nope. I'm gonna cut you off right then and there. You better not.
He was in Scary Movie. He was in Ready to Rumble. Yeah, man. I'm talking about probably the greatest WCW World Champion there ever was, David Arquette.
I'm not putting you over.
Somebody had to say it. Somebody had to say it. No, he's not my number one, but I had to do it. I had to do it. You really got a picture of him already pulled up? No. Okay, all right, for real. All right, my number one is Sting.
Nice.
I figured it was.
Nice.
And for me, the picture you had up there, the Surfer Sting, that will always be my favorite Sting, just because there wasn't a guy in the business at the time that was that size, that was that athletic, that could do the things he did, that could take a running dive over the top rope like he did. Stuff he was able to do, just jump into the top rope, springing out to the floor on people. Sting was wild, man, like back at the Surfer Sting days. And the match with Lex Luger at Super Brawl 2, I very much enjoyed that. Damn. All right.
Awesome. We're gonna give a little bit of we got a little bit of time. We're gonna do our unsung hero for WCW champions that who definitely have been forgotten, and we definitely have to show some love.
Vince Russo, whatever.
Hold on. He's a worse champion than David Arquette.
Let's go ahead and get to these. Let's go ahead and get to these number ones real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Jason had Ric Flair. Brown Tiger got Goldberg.
That says Gouldberg.
And Caleb got Rick as number one as well.
Awesome. Good stuff, guys. Hey, guys, guess what? We made it under an hour. Good job. Hey, we did a top 10 with 4 guys, and we got everybody in under an hour. So, good job, panel. It can be done, guys. It can be done. We've done it. So, kudos to all of you guys, and we thank everybody for tuning in. We thank our special guest Byron D for joining us. So we appreciate you for joining us. Before you get up out of here, man, what folks can do for us?
Well, if you're on YouTube, you gotta hit that like and subscribe button. When you subscribe, make sure you hit all notifications, because we don't just do these 1-hour shows. We do shorts, we do unboxings, we do regular videos. We put up things in our community tab. So anything we do on YouTube, you will be notified if you hit that all. Joey, what else can they do?
Catch me outside. How about that? No, but you need to join the Facebook group. If you're not in it, first off, if you're watching anything but Bells and Belts right now, you are wrong. All right, you just wrong, because
there's nothing else going on in the world right now.
Ain't nothing else going on. But check us out on Facebook, Bells and Belts. Please join the group. It's the home for everything about us, and you're going to get to be a part of decision making on there, part of the creative team, because we post polls on there where you get to make decisions on what type of shows we do, what topics we do. And also, I want to invite you to join our good partners at the Champions Belt Club podcast every Monday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, where I will be at this Monday with Jason Davis and Tony Thorpe. Cheap plug.
Nice, good stuff. Again, Byron, thank you for joining us, man. We definitely appreciate your insight. Make sure you guys tune in next week because we're gonna be talking about the relationship between Jim Crockett Promotions, NWA, WCW, that whole ball of wax. And we were grateful to have Bill Walker join us. And Byron, are you available?
Yes, I am.
The more the merrier. This gonna be a nice. This could be a nice discussion that we're gonna have next week. And if you do what Man Up and Joy said, you can be here right here with us for that awesome conversation. So tune in next week where we're gonna be diving a little bit deeper into the NWA, WCW, Jim Crockett Promotions, and that whole ball of wax. So y'all stay tuned for that. So for Byron D, for Bromer Simpson, for I'm All Ears Man Up, I'm your boy Cedric D. We're going to see you guys next week here at Bells and Belts.